plastering ads on a giant Christmas tree at a Christmas market. Yay, how fun. What a fun way to decorate. What happened to Christmas? What happened to it? Bermuda is nearly 7% golf course. Golfing covers roughly 1.4 square miles of the 20.5 square mile island. Okay. The only golf that should be allowed at this point in time, I just have to say, should probably be mini golf because, I feel like mini golf would take up significantly less room and it's way more fun to play and watch. It's superior in every way. Invoices for my hospital stay are starting to come in. Each Hall's cough drop, individually packaged by Safecore of Columbus, Ohio, is billed at $10. And they're actually just Hall's cough drops? Okay, maybe not. Maybe they're not branded by Halls, but still, it's just a menthol drop, dude. Oh my god, we're starting off really strong today. Living Pod could replace your apartment. Costs only $24,000 to make and takes just a day to install. Yay! Costs only $24,000 though is bullcrap. No, there's no way. That stupid ball that's probably 2 square feet, or I guess, not square feet anymore. Am I right? They'll probably sell it to you for $3 million. Why not? In Japan, there's a hotel where you can stay for just $1 a night. The catch is, you must agree to live stream your entire stay on YouTube. Well, it's $1 a night, and you know what you're getting into, right? What's the freaking point of allowing billionaires to accrue all this money if we have to pay them every time their companies lose value? That's what the billions we let you keep are for, dipshit. Make sure your litter is still effectively advertising your company. Packaging will continue to brand a chain when it becomes garbage on the street or debris in the trash. Don't disregard packaging because that is promotion for your product. What a smart business maneuver. I have to admit, but man, is this dude still alive? There's no way, right? If not, I'm glad. £2,100 per month for this Airbnb in central London. Whoa. £2,100 per month for an Airbnb? Also, this is utterly insane. Completely. Look, if you're into minimalist living and this is comfortable for you, sure, go right ahead. No one's stopping you. But that price point is abysmally disgusting. You get to sleep right next to your toilet. No kitchen either. No way to cook food for yourself. You don't need food. Experience the great outdoors from prison. Incarcerated men and women watch nature videos on loop in a mental health program. Oh man, what a great day. My parents bought their house in 1992 for $200,000. It's now worth like $1.2 million. I make more than they did back then and I can't buy a house. But rent is more than their mortgage was. You've summarized the millennial struggle in 2 sentences. It's not gonna get any better, man. Aw, dude. We shouldn't have to wait and bank on our parents dying and leaving us stuff in order to own anything. This is ridiculous. And the subscription models that are being implemented everywhere that's eroding our ownership of anything, it's utterly insane. Millennials, after getting through 3 major economic crises and a few dozen catastrophic events, all before hitting 35. I'm getting closer to 35. I wonder what kind of things I'll be through before I'm 80. What do you think? Single mom arrested for abandoning her kids at food court while interviewing for a job 30 feet away. Hooray! No matter how hard you try, you're just stomped on. Everyone knows that massive billboards are more important than air conditioning. Oh, yeah. New York City's mayor just told us to turn off our air conditioners. The brands of Times Square are still blazing and consuming. These are screenshots of live webcams taken just now. So cool. It's so awesome. It's kind of like, oh shoot, it was during that big Texas freeze where all the buildings downtown, all the high-rises and skyscrapers had every single frickin' light on. But people were freezing to death because they didn't have power. Can't even get a bathroom break at home. Excuse me? Mouse Whisperer keeps you working even when you need a break. When life hands you lemons, you make lemonade, right? What about when life hands you annoyingly intrusive work-from-home policies that require you to physically stay at your computer even though you really need to go to the bathroom, but can't be trusted to act like a responsible adult who won't get diverted by TV or the fridge on the way back? In that case, you build something like the Mouse Whisperer, because malicious compliance is the best kind of compliance. Yeah, it's utterly insane that these are needed. I'm super glad that they're here, don't get me wrong, but it just sucks that they're necessary. It's ridiculous. Then, and now. 1960s futurists. Automation will free mankind from meaningless tedium to focus on creative pursuits only human beings can master. 2020s tech bros. We're building AI to write all your books, music, and TV so you can focus on the meaningless tedium of your cubicle job. The app I pay $15 a month for to start my car is performing maintenance the only time of day I need it. Is that the only way you can start your car? Does it have a key? Are you serious? If everyone's losing money, where is it going? It's almost like there's some people hoarding massive amounts of wealth and managing to profit off this disaster. It is almost like that, isn't it? Breaking! Representative Deborah Moody's anti-LGBT curriculum opt-out bill has passed the House 64-23. The bill requires parents to be warned 30 days in advance if an LGBT person or subject will be mentioned in a Tennessee classroom and allowed to opt out their children. Yikes. Finally, my order will be quick and accurate. McDonald's fully automated location with no human employees sparks debate. No more attitude at the counter. It's not no human employees. I don't think for a second that robots are cooking all of the food, so there's that. I'm pretty sure I saw a picture with a human employee in the back making food. Also, who the hell said no more attitude at the counter? Are you that deluded? You no more attitude. I love the stock market. Because when it goes up, we get nothing. But when it goes down, we all lose our jobs. Except during a pandemic when it goes up and we still lose our jobs. Okay, what interchange? You know me, I'm bad with pronunciation, I'm not gonna try. An interchange. Let's take a look. Oh my god, This looks like a stock 2007 iPhone background. I understand why this is scary. It's cool to look at, though, but I totally understand why this is awful. What I got for employee appreciation after working an entire year during a pandemic. Oh, wow. A pack of microwavable popcorn and a pack of M&Ms. We're bursting with appreciation for you. Much and many thanks for all you do. Wow, you spent a grand total of... I'm just spitballing Price is Right style here. Maybe $3.46 on this little gift? This little appreciation moment? Yeah, whatever. 40% of the homeless have a full or part-time job. Have you ever heard the idea that people experiencing homelessness don't want to work or they should just get a job? The truth is, they do. In fact, a 2021 study from the University of Chicago estimates that 53% of people living in homeless shelters and 40% of unsheltered people were employed, either full or part-time, in the year that people were observed homeless between 2011 and 2018. Oh man. Ooh. Time to burn it all down. It's time to erase the corporate elite, man. I'm sorry, that's it. You know what? I'm putting on the A shirt. I'm doing it. Let's do this. The Amazon sweatshop I work at that forces me to pee in bottles really cares about gay people. Oh, well that's good. Thank goodness they super totally for real care about gay people. Whoa! While we're on it, there's no such thing as unskilled labor. The concept does not exist. You cannot take a boardroom CEO and dump them at a dock and call them a longshoreman and expect them to perform flawlessly. It's a fake idea designed to depress your wages and also make you feel bad about your job. Yeah, people that think unskilled labor exists are the ones that bitch and moan about the people making their burgers at McDonald's wanting a better wage while not understanding that they themselves are the reason that job is necessary, okay? This is incredibly stupid. No such thing. Billionaires are labeled philanthropists by a dominant culture established by their own powerful tools to hide the fact that they pay less and less taxes. At the same time, they grab huge amounts of public wealth, making the working class weaker and poorer. The fact that this was posted by an Amazon corporate account. Oh no. I'm not going to enjoy this, am I? Go home and be with your family. Why? Because that's what people do. Unless we tell you you can't, which we do quite often. You need to be here as much as humanly possible. You're free to go, but you can't leave. Some prisoners remain behind bars in Louisiana despite being deemed free. About 200 to 250 inmates are held beyond their legal release dates in any given month, with the average additional time lasting around 44 days. Why is that okay? No, seriously, why is that okay? What did they do? Seriously, what is going on? It's wild how so many Americans view the outsourcing of domestic manufacturing to China over the past 25 years as some devious Chinese plan for domination, rather than a strategy by which the American ruling class exploded its profit margin by exploiting global inequality. Yeah, am I right or am I right? Can't sit down after teaching for hours just because someone wants to punish the homeless. Just the worst. Such a perfect metaphor of what we all give up due to the fear that someone else might get something for free. It's funny how many people out there, all of us, are totally okay with free crap. We like free stuff, we like free swag, but there seems to be just as large a group out there of folks that, well, as much as they like free stuff, they can't stand the idea that anybody else would be given free stuff. Because that's, I don't know, what is it, what was that, socialism? That's what they call it, right? Or that's what they call it. You know what I'm talking about. When did you become radicalized by the U.S. healthcare non-system? I'm rubbing my head after getting a cavity filled. Dental assistant says, do you want Tylenol? I say please, and she leaves to get me one. $15 on the bill. I thought she meant like from her purse. Nah, dude. They gotta scam insurance companies who in turn scam you. Everybody's scamming everybody here, alright? So this is a thing now. As if we weren't under enough constant surveillance already. Oh god, what? Ray-Ban stories have built-in HD cameras. No, I understand why this is weird. No, I get it. I totally get what you're saying and why this would be concerning. But I think in this particular case, Meta might just be copying spectacles, because those seem to have been a success for Snapchat, or Snap, as they're known, I guess now. I mean, come on. It makes sense, I suppose, but it is awful. There are cameras everywhere. But I've got a sneaky suspicion that the camera glasses aren't really adding too much to a world that's been filled with smartphone cameras for at least the last 15, 16 years, so we can chill on that one. This woman, who was attacked by a bear in California and had her face ripped off, did a Reddit AMA. And she said the worst part about the experience was dealing with her health insurance provider after the fact. I think I need a minute. What do you find the hardest to overcome on your path back to recovery? Blue Cross, hands down. Can you imagine that? Needing surgery, reconstructive or otherwise, because a bear mauled you and your face was ripped off, and your highest rated insurance provider in the country, with their hundreds of billions of dollars a year in revenue, sure, maybe not profit, revenue, is trying to fight you on saving your life, saving your face, saving your livelihood, if you will. Every state marked in red is where minimum wage earners can afford a 2-bedroom rental. Well, you don't need 2 bedrooms. Why don't you just deal with a closet? That's all you really need. Pick yourself up by those bootstraps and stop being a dumbass. Me driving to my stupid job because society refuses to collapse? Well, it's not going to refuse for too much longer at this rate, man. In America, we got celebrities singing Imagine. El Salvador has canceled all rent, water, phone, internet, electricity bills for 3 months, and they're building a hospital in case of a major outbreak. My third world country did that. Yeah, but they're right. We got celebrities singing a song, though. We did. Honestly, super disappointed in every celebrity in that. Their heart was probably in the right place. I feel like a good portion of them were anyway. But how could you as a person with millions to tens of millions to sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars not be asked to do that and go, yeah, I'm gonna pass real hardcore on that one. I don't want to look stupid or like a jackass or all of the above. Survival skill meta rising? Camp inside! It's impossible using primitive means to heat the entire interior airspace of your home. You must shrink the internal space of your modern home to heat less space without forced air. Okay, I see what you're doing here. I do. Sweet tech brought to you by the homeless. I love that. You've got a home. You've got everything you need to make it warm in the winter. But we're gonna go with homeless tech. Because this is, you know what? No, I can't. Just screw you.
Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life because that field isn't hiring. The good old times. The last time housing was this unaffordable was in Victorian times. House prices now stand at more than 9 times the average salary, a ratio not seen since 1876. There you go, easy solution. Just find 12 friends to buy a house together. That's totally a tolerable situation for us to all be in. Just imagine the cleaning roster with 11 housemates. Copyright means you may need permission to put photos of your own furnished room online. How dare you purchase our furniture and designs for your home? Yes, our company isn't in the rental market and therefore have no interest in actually exploring this sort of industry, but you're basically stealing our money. This packaging uses an optical illusion to make the vegetables look more green. Oh, you just know they looked up some sort of legal loophole as to how much green they're allowed to have on their packaging before it's deemed deceptive. Captured Russian weapons are packed with US microchips? Well, thank goodness this is coming to light now, on May 27th, 2022. Really putting your fingers in all the pies, aren't you, American military system? Walmart has an employee food pantry instead of paying enough for their workers to eat. Oh, but you don't understand. The company only made $1 billion in profit compared to their normal target of $2 billion. Please, won't someone think of the billionaires? Minimum wage is depressing. Let's move on to something more wholesome and, just an underdog making their way through life. Oh, hey, it's a woman who makes $80,000 selling nudes on OnlyFans to pay for cancer treatment. Delivery person in Wuhan using exoskeleton to help him carry more parcels. Okay, but what's dystopian in a sad sense about this? This is just awesome. Now we can enjoy the fun physics of Death Stranding in real life. Just walk down a slight decline and it's... A picnic garden in Turkey. Oh no. It's like an architect had a very low budget and just learned what copying and pasting is. My shift leader got treated to a pizza for coming in on his birthday. Oh, and he's so happy! And all his friends are there to celebrate, like chair and trash. Need books? No worries! Donate plasma. How nice of you, America. Want access to what is the minimum expectation of education these days? Sacrifice all your bodily fluids. Plastic pollution is fusing with geological material to make plastiglomerates, or plastiglomerates, whatever. You heard it right, folks. The Earth saw what we were doing to the fishies and was like, oh yeah, I want that. New Hampshire's Live Free or Die license plates are made by the incarcerated. How ironic. They're clearly not even abiding by the latter. I mean, unless they're zombies. Not gonna lie, if a zombie made my license plate, I would definitely buy it. Country with shrinking population decides prison living is worthwhile. You think this would incentivize them to build spaces that are larger and more comfortable, but no, this would just incentivize them to make prisons look more smaller. Private companies can brand potholes after they fix it in Johannesburg. Okay, but no, again, this is like the exoskeleton. I'm kind of for this. Would hasten the repairs on public spaces, less intrusive to the local architecture if they put up a giant billboard. And if I don't like the company, I get to know the pleasure that I drove over them with my dirty tires. 1 in 6. 1 in 6 Australian adults are severely food insecure. Yay! Truly an amazing statistic to behold in 2023, a world with an abundance of overconsumption. Global antidepressant usage. God, that is so weird to read in a positive tone. Global antidepressant users per 1,000 people. Oh, look at that, US. Congratulations! You're now number 1 in something else aside from gun violence. Let's just see who's second on the list. Oh, okay. Iceland must be a dapper place to live in. Neck and neck to taking the lead of a population of hundreds of thousands versus hundreds of millions. Then lagging behind in third place, Australia. Come on, guys, what is this? Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards, presented by the US Air Force? Let's count down the most epic slime moments from the Kids' Choice Awards, presented by the Military Industrial Complex. Thanks to our sponsorship, this year's slime will be Agent Orange. Can't afford food? Buy a TV.
Don't buy eggs, buy TVs. Electronic prices are defying inflation. It's a great time to buy a TV, phone, or laptop. Here's advice on getting a good deal.
The Washington Post, journalism at its finest. Attempts to ban books reached a record high in 2022. Attempted book bans and restrictions at school and public libraries continue to surge, setting a record in 2022 according to a new report from the American Library. I am fascinated by the idea of banning drag queen related things when that stuff has been around since the bloody 80s. How dare they not consider Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, a work of art? Shrinkflation in action. Darigold reduced reduced the half-gallon container by 5 ounce. Now people on the women, infants, and children food benefits can't buy it. Seen at Winco. Yeah, this doesn't make much sense to me. I'm going to need someone to explain it in the comments. Like, why does WIC not allow this? Do they not like the packaging size? What? Government removed old entrance of a footbridge, Metro Taiwan, and force everyone to go through this new shopping center. And the big corporation reminds you to spend money for their own profit. Shopping is always a good idea. I looked this up to try and find the original footbridge, but all I found was more walls that showed this sort of language, and they all lack subtlety. To quote them, life is too short to wear boring clothes. Work hard so you can shop harder. I shop, therefore I am. You can look this up. Wow, it is something. More than $2 million is a lot of money. I'm not suggesting otherwise, but when it comes to retirement, it doesn't mean you're automatically good to go once you hit the $1 million mark. From a Market Watch website about retirement. I'm 66, we have more than 2 million, I just want to golf. Can I retire? In this day and age, apparently, no. And when you take into account inflation, just imagine how fun it's going to be for all of us in the 2070s to 2090s. BetterHelp shared user data for ad revenue, FTC alleges. So it's one thing if you access a website or program for free. You know, you're kind of making that trade where I trade my private information as a commodity to access this site and use it. That's how Facebook and stuff work. But you have to pay to use BetterHelp. Honestly, I eagerly await the day that politicians put through a law that my private information should only be sold by me, and if anyone else sells it, I get to sue them. The LA Sheriff's Department is run partly by gangs. Oh man, a group of people in a certain position of power abusing that authority because they keep getting away with it and no accountability? Who saw that coming? One of the 2 remaining northern white rhinos in the world guarded 24 hours a day to guard against poachers. Okay, that's just a cute photo. Let's just appreciate this. Cute photo, man sleeping next to animal. Very sweet, very nice, very calming. Anyway.
World is on the brink of catastrophic warming! Wake up! Stop sleeping!
This is why I'm thankful to live in a day and age where information is accessible. So when society eventually does break down, we'll at least know the names and lists of people who were in power and caused all this, so we all know who to eat first. They sentenced couple who stole roast chicken to 14 years in prison. Mother claims son passed out of hunger. At some point, you gotta consider maybe people are resorting to crimes not because they want to be a-holes, but because they literally have no other choice. Utah man robbed bank of just $1, then waited to be arrested to get healthcare, police say. This man clearly learned the true American dream is in the prisons. Researchers have created tiny, fairy-like robots that could replace dying bumblebees, superior to its natural counterparts. Well, I hoped you liked the video game Horizon Zero Dawn because it's about to become a history lesson. When influencers are role models, it makes sense for a 3-year-old to want a toy ring light. Oh wow, the generation shock. I for one am glad for this. Finally, saying you want to be an actor will no longer be the most shameful profession to admit. The automatic teller machines will only be available when human tellers are in the building. I just wanted some cash on a Sunday. Pretty certain this is due to homeless people crashing in the ATM room after hours. I mean, just put an ATM machine on the outside of the building? Why don't they do that? Meta had a leak. That's good to see they're getting some vegetables in their diet. Anyway, here's what Meta was caught out saying.
We should be able to run a very good ads business,
he said.
I think it's easy to imagine how ads would show up in space when you have AR glasses on. Our ability to track conversions, which is where there has been a lot of focus as a company, should also be close to 100%.
In this case, I'm pretty sure conversions was meant to say conversations. Though I might be wrong, conversions might actually be a genuine term in this context.
Sacred advertising. Oh. Ew. Oh, ew. Oh my god, this makes me want to throw out my Samsung. Get the hell off there, go fill a pothole so I can drive over you.
I got charged $1.77 for crying while being prescribed antidepressants. What?
Yeah, that's the administration fee for the cost of having to add you to the tally that's keeping United States in the lead with antidepressant use.
Coming to classrooms near you. Lunchables is signing deals with kindergarten to 12 schools across the country to provide improved nutrition versions of its products in schools. Amazing. Certainly not more expensive than just bulk ordering a bunch of basic food that can be cooked up and served easily. No, let's just pay a company for their premium product. Don't jump just yet. We still need your labor.
Don't jump.
CareerBuilder.com, allowing you to climb higher on that corporate ladder. It's the safer way to reach terminal velocity. What? Dow said it was recycling our shoes. We found them in Indonesia, no doubt being resold there as well so they can make a profit. Absentee homeowners are crowding the housing market, data shows. Ah yes, the never-ending debate between anyone at the ages of 18 up to 50. Let's just walk on past this dumpster fire of people only listening to their side of the situation. Toronto's subway system has experienced such a significant increase in random assaults that there's now a specialized self-defense course. Damn, in Toronto too. I thought at most they do was just hug you really aggressively. Are you telling me a ridiculous stereotype about Canadians being friendly doesn't adhere to everyone in their population? Insane! Silicon Valley, everyone. Escaping this world of homelessness to a world where he has food, but is still homeless. Got to ground it in reality somehow. That's what makes it more engaging. A dating simulator that also files your income taxes? What? Mischief's Tax Haven 3000 is a dating simulator that also files your income taxes. Oh god, I'm curious.
Oh, what's wrong with me?
Stupid anti-homeless architecture. You can't even sit on them comfortably. I swear I've never seen anything more wasteful of resources than this sort of architecture. Meanwhile, in something to give renters more ammunition to hate people who own houses, landlords will soon be outsourcing their dirty work to the blockchain. Smart locks could mean getting locked out of your apartment the minute your rent is late. Though I am a renter, I'm actually for this, but only in the case of literal evictions where they haven't left despite being told to leave. Hundreds queue in the street for a chance to snap up 2-bedroom East London home for £1,200 a month. Oh, so fun. The tension of rivalry between everyone as you walk through the space. Rents in Turkish North Cyprus soar as landlords exploit quake victims. A wonderful example where just because something you own is in demand doesn't mean you should hike up the price for it. Especially when it's something that, is just what you need to survive and live properly in society. From a beautiful building to a regular KFC. What do you mean? It's beautiful now! Look! 90% of it is a car park! Do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah, I love this!
When a billboard is more important than a view, a new way to crush the souls of office workers. Okay, but I'd argue it depends on which way the sun sets and rises. Because for some people working in these glass window offices, it's a nightmare to just the glare. It kills you. It blinds you forever. Plasma equals break. Find your spring break adventure. Donate plasma and get up to $900. Let us drain your body of its goo. I was reimbursed $7.05 by Equifax for having my identity stolen after their breach. Imagine later finding out that some people got like $5,000 because it's not that they're cheap, it's just that you're not that valuable of an identity. Rutgers president tries to intimidate union members by incorrectly claiming a strike is illegal after nearly a year of unsuccessful negotiations. Imagine actually trying to persuade a bunch of young adults, especially university students, that striking against a terrible boss with terrible offers is a bad and shameful thing. It's not gonna work, man. They're not gonna take your side. It's like to encourage those who are renting that they should tip their landlords. Boeing argues they should pay less to survivors of Ethiopia 737 MAX crash because the planes failed so badly that pain and suffering damages don't apply? Wow!
No, Your Honor, it's fine, okay? They all died basically immediately, so, probably. I mean, we weren't there, but I'm sure they did.
IQ scores are failing and have been for decades. Environmental factors, including the education system, to blame. Don't worry, I'm sure they're going to implement some new advanced educational system to fix this, like disregarding IQ scores entirely. Can't say they're falling if they no longer exist. Grade 5 science project leads to water quality testing at school in northern Quebec. Or Quebec. Northern Quebec? Yeah, that one. Quebec. Okay, so if I'm getting the story straight, they did a science project which resulted in them needing to test the quality of water in the school in general. Amazing.
Our results show that we are all severely poisoned with lead. Yay!
Future Fords could repossess themselves and drive away if you miss payments. Okay, well that just sounds hilarious at first, but also very dire and depressing. Oh, but you just know if it damages itself on the way driving back that you will be charged for it. Welcome to Vegas. Don't let a fun night ruin a great day. IV drip therapy? No, you know what? I can see how this is smart. I could see this as a way to decongest the hospitals having to deal with drunks all the time. Someone's planning to get smashed and they've already booked in their session to deal with it later. There's nothing good about Goodwill. Homeless man steals clothes from donation bin. That's a sentence that doesn't make sense here. Oh wow, literally the manager of Goodwill there actually reported it too. It wasn't just a case of some stranger seeing them do it and thinking they were a bad person. No. It was someone whose job is to take care of people like this. The shirts and jeans were valued at $15. Aerial view of a tire scrapyard.
See, people, this is where they all end up when you throw them off the pizza. So wasteful. Just eat them.
Forbes track record. Elizabeth Holmes, the wannabe Steve Jobs. Sam Bankman-Fried. Proof it's who you know, not what you know. Adam Newman. I don't know him, but he has a weird face.
But we got it right this time with America's Best Banks, highlighting SVB. They're so good, nothing could happen to them.
Casual commute. An oldie but a goodie to highlight. The 50-lane traffic in China. If you zoom into random parts of it, you can see people's car doors open and walking about. Why? Because they literally are there for hours. I mean, like hours, not just a few, like 5 to 10. The bars on this drive-through window. Yeah, maybe if people didn't go so crazy over chicken nuggets, we wouldn't have this.
And that was the news. On to the weather. Here we are. This is great. It's like having a conversation with someone at a coffee shop, and you look out the window, and all you see are a pair of eyes looking at you. Bosses deploying AIs in video meetings to lecture employees for bad behavior. It was like monologue. Okay, if you do this, I hope your company goes bankrupt, because working literally anywhere else is probably significantly better for you than being lectured by a piece of text generative AI. That's all this garbage is. Feds found more than 24 minors working in Ohio poultry plant? A poultry plant. That's despicable. Whoever is running this poultry plant and making the decisions should not have a job yesterday. I'm not kidding. Maybe we don't need $5 rotisserie Costco chickens. When did we ever deserve the Costco rotisserie chickens? Adelaide Airport. When you're waiting for a plane and just have to hit that grind. Task pod? What? Look, cute idea, I get it. This is the future that we're in right now, but holy crap. Every single microsecond of our lives has to be about work. We are never allowed to breathe. I don't care if you are flying through this airport on a work trip. You know what? They should not expect you to be working while in motion. And yeah, even when you're sitting waiting for a plane, I'm in motion. This shit's getting ridiculous, and we're gonna have to start eating some motherfuckers a little bit ahead of schedule. Keep shopping. You know you want to. Keep shopping. Yeah, that's fucking disgusting. What's worse is that the wild doesn't even look like that anymore. That's true. Thanks, boomers. Yep, it is your fault. Amazon anti-union posters put up by the company. They get so brazen about this. Dues deducted from my paycheck. Like taxes? Oh! No guarantees on pay benefits or work rules. Except they're in a contract, so I'm pretty sure they're guaranteed. I've worked with a union many times before. I worked with and for IATSE, and I think you're full of shit. Typically must go through union instead of your supervisor or manager. There are supervisors and managers that can talk to the union reps, or you can talk to the union reps that are plentiful and not that hard to get a hold of. Again, I've only been with one union before, but none of that is true. If you are in the know, you vote no. It's time to vote. Do you really want to pay union dues with no guarantees? Yeah, because that's not how this works. Don't let Amazon try this shit on you. It's all lies. It's garbage. You deserve to unionize. You deserve to be represented. And the billionaires at the top don't deserve jack shit. And they never did. At least not inherently. Yum yum, pasta and child poverty. Wait, what the hell? Is that a Lego character? Wait, today's national holidays are Child Poverty Day, National Clean Your Virtual Desktop Day. Not sure how to do this one. You're so quirky and f***ing funny, it's amazing. And National Pasta Day. Yummy. Word of the day is bloviate, to speak pompously. Well, wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? Look, you kind of, I don't know. Maybe there's a sign here. You're not really speaking pompously, but I feel like a lot of the language being spoken on this subreddit is Bloviated? Is that right? No, I don't think that's how that word works. I don't know English very well. The high security Oreos at this Walgreens. That's the most pathetic goddamn thing I've ever seen. And not on behalf of people stealing food, because that's why they did this. Who cares, man? This is getting ridiculous. If you catch me stealing food, no, you didn't. Quit being a bitch. This is absolutely dystopian. Famine is coming. More and more food will be locked up, while the owner class gaslights us that everything is fine, and if we can't afford the locked up food, it's because we're lazy and deserve to starve. It's funny, because if a giant worldwide famine really does come and people start starving to death in the streets and all that dark, horrific bullcrap, we're going to be ripping billionaires limb from limb. We are going to be murdering them in the streets. They will not be protected by anything, because I think they forget, if they think of us like insects, just imagine if every insect on the planet rose up at once. The human race literally would not stand a chance, and those mofos would not stand a chance. Sorry, folks, we're in a boring dystopia. Things are gonna get, yet again, not very funny and really serious here. I do apologize, I don't like reading these subreddits, but it's not really my choice at the end of the day. Oh, I love it here. This selection, we have the oldest president in history versus the second oldest president in history. That's so cool. So look, when it comes to age, I'm not ageist in any way. I don't think that if you are older, you are inherently dumber or less responsible or anything like that. However, your stakes in the future are going to be very different from 18, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65-year-olds, right? When you're 80, 85 plus years old and you are still in control of what amounts to a job that controls the future of hundreds of millions of people, it doesn't matter whether or not you're incredibly smart and amazing and all of that stuff. Your time in the future is very limited. I'm not saying any of this to be like, screw old people, they don't deserve anything, because that's literally not the case. Okay? We should be taking care of our elderly. They should not be trying to take care of us, because even when their hearts are in the right place, that doesn't mean much. At 80 plus years old, you are controlling something you shouldn't have control of. I don't know, man. The U.S. has only had one president born after 1946. Barack Obama. Awesome. An Alabama woman was imprisoned for endangering her fetus. She gave birth in a jail shower. Awesome. I love it here. All wars are profit. Yeah, isn't that crazy? You know, it's amazing. One of the things that really stuck out to me, and I still remember to this, put the fucking timer away, look at what subreddit we're on. One of the things that really stuck out to me in probably my last unit on World War II sometime in high school, because you do it every year, okay? They really want to hammer home who the bad guy was. I get it. Totally makes sense. And screw the Nazis. Forever and always. Yeah, I'm looking at the ones that are currently alive. Look, it was when they spun World War II as a great thing for the country, because it yoinked us out of a horrific time and everybody prospered. Except for all the guys that went overseas and died for that prosperous change in our country's history. And it's always stuck with me that we have the, woo, look at us go, we're making so much money. Meanwhile, they neglected to compare and contrast that with, look at why though. Look at why we are prospering. And remember that it's not all smiles all the time. It ruined a lot of people's families, lives, futures, you freaking name it. Okay? God damn. Buy 2, get 1 free? Free medical masks to protect you and your kids. Buy any 2 regular sandwiches and get 1 free. Oh, what a great historical event. Alabama puts book about reading on a watch list because author's last name is gay. They are the most pathetic people I've ever heard of. Lebanese Army Guards McDonald's. That's something to see. New study. 54% of American adults read below 6th grade levels. And you know what really, really sucks about that statistic? If it's true, if it is true, because this is just a headline. I'm not verifying any of this as I read. This could very well be stupidly skewed or incorrect because they surveyed 4 people. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. But if this is true, and I highly suspect that it's mostly true, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the people who are set with educating all of us are paid 12 cents a year, aren't allowed to deduct anything on their taxes, and are physically and verbally abused day in and day out the entirety of their careers. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Just spitballing. The GoFundMe for Mary Lou Retton, world-class Olympic gymnast, reaches $250,000 in donations as she fights for her life in the ICU after World realizes she has no insurance. You will own nothing and be happy. Finally, earn points on rent. Look, we should always have been getting points only towards our credit for being on time and paying rent that amounts to more than a mortgage usually is, okay? The bank says I can't afford my $1,200 a month mortgage payment, so I pay $1,600 a month in rent to some jackass named Trent instead. And he makes sure that I am barely able to survive in the rat's nest he calls an apartment, you know? It's getting ridiculous, but cool. I use this system. You still pay rent, but you pay through Built instead of the complex. Just another scheme for landlords to make more money by saying they offer rewards but charge more money. Landlords. They are completely unnecessary in society. Century-old tradition of still using a racial caste system where your racial inferiors do your laundry. It's okay. The Hong Kong Chinese servants will be replaced with Nepalese Gurkhas. I do not know how to pronounce that stuff, so I'm working on it. Navy to replace Chinese servants for security reasons. Woohoo! Let's throw a party. Fears of employee displacement as Amazon brings robots into warehouses. I think every single person that works at Amazon should not show up for work ever again. I'm not kidding. Let's shut this down before the people running this shut it down for us, because you know it's going to happen. This is all going to collapse for a little while until we figure out who really belongs not at the top. I don't think anybody should ever be at the top, man. It's ridiculous. Do I have all the answers? No, I'm a goddamn moron, okay? I read memes for a living. This is what I do for a living. This is my main job, okay? So I'm very privileged in that fact. Do not get me wrong, but I am always going to be on the side of the lowly workers that don't get to pay their rent or eat, and bringing in multi-million-dollar robots to replace people rather than just pay the people an appropriate amount. This is getting good. The fun starts when AI replaces middle management. There's no reason AI can't replace upper management, CEOs, board members, lawyers, and consultants, except they'll vote not to replace themselves. You think they're gonna have a choice at a certain point? Sure, the CEOs and guys at the very top are gonna be able to control stuff, but the boards that are above them are going to be the ones that replace all these incredibly expensive CEOs. Absolutely, it will happen. Those boards don't give a shit about Bob Iger or whoever the hell is running whatever the hell. As long as they get to have more money for themselves, sure, they're going to save $30 million a year and then pocket it right back into their own assholes. San Francisco says tiny sleeping pods, which cost $700 a month, that became a big hit with tech workers, are not up to code. Now, wait just a minute. $700 a month for what amounts to barely bigger than a coffin? Ooh, buddy. My local Goodwill is currently selling loose tampons for 50 cents each. Dear God, why? Awesome. Okay. Shoes as a service. $30 a month. Okay, the subscription service model thing may have been a fun idea at first. It was good for the customer for a little while there. It was good for the company for a little while there. But it's going to become a perfect example of what happens when the peons that work for us can no longer afford to subscribe or purchase our goods or services. What's going to happen? Are you going to force money out of people's buttholes into your pocket? Because I'm not paying you monthly to wear shoes, especially considering after 2 months, I could have just bought the shoes and they would have lasted, 1, 2, 3 years, depending on how often often you need to walk around and how good they are. That is pathetic. Go bankrupt, please. People are grieving the death of their AI lovers after a chatbot app abruptly shut down. God damn it, dude. They all play on human emotion. Humans can get attached to just about anything that they think is also semi-attached to them. They made several movies about it, I'm pretty sure. At least one that everybody knows of. Her, where the guy that falls in love with his AI assistant or whatever the hell. They play on emotions. That's what they do. Everything is psychology. This isn't some weird, wild conspiracy theory like, oh, they're psychologically profiling it. Like, dude, they own our DNA. Thanks to Ancestry.com, they own our DNA. Of course they're psychologically profiling us every step of the goddamn way while we get nothing in the middle for ourselves. New Delhi Slum Walking Tour. Die. It's been said before, if the idea of libraries was introduced today in our terrible hell world of 2023, they'd be considered impossible or some kind of unrealistic socialist fantasy. They're considering them that now. The US library system, once the best in the world, faces death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah, there are the psychos out there that will fight tooth and nail to try and prove that libraries are evil. They're terrible. We gotta stop spending money we don't have on libraries. It's one of the last places on Earth for many of us, at least here in the US, not just, everywhere else, where we can sit somewhere without having to pay a goddamn fee or buy something. We love universal social welfare, but miss Corpo Daddy. You do? We moved to Copenhagen to raise our young kids. Childcare's astronomically cheaper and better, but we miss the convenience of shopping on Amazon. You. Like, I get it. I totally understand that Amazon is a monster of convenience. It is amazing being able to click a button and get, Clorox wipes in 24 to 48 hours. You don't have to lift a finger. I get it. I totally do. I try my best not to use Amazon, but every now and then, the get me, okay? But Jesus, childcare is astronomically cheaper and better. But I totally wish I could order diapers on Amazon. Dude, get your goddamn life's perspective in gear, okay? Sure, it's convenient, but you gotta grow the shit up. You got kids. POV, you made it into your 2020s vehicle, and the axe murderer is slowly walking towards you. Software update in progress. This is awful, but I think the most pathetic version of this that I have seen yet was a smoker/grill that connected to Wi-Fi. And without the Wi-Fi, it wouldn't turn on. We sell the problem and the solution. Your local store makes sure to put it near the food aisle. There it is. Save a life. It's amazing. Everyone has the power. That is true. $50? How many doses is it? 2? I don't know why. It's like computer virus fighting software. Who do you think made the viruses and then went, oh, holy crap, we can absolutely make something off of this? I'm definitely not gonna shit on Narcan being more widely available and out in the open. It means more people seeing it, learning about what it is, and hopefully having it on hand. That being said, you can get it for free a lot of the time from community outreach programs. There's the kicker. It's great that more people know about it and know how stupidly important and helpful it is, but $50 a pop? God damn. I donated my eggs to help pay off my student loans. Yay. Sold. Least expensive bed space in Hong Kong. That's a baking rack. We're humans. They're humans. Scrolled across this ad on Reddit for an AI service to speak with the deceased. Disgusting. Legitimately, pathetically disgusting. Someone absolutely needs to whoop your goddamn ass. Tennessee became the first state to make camping on public land a felony. Wow, good job, Tennessee. That'll get rid of the homeless problem. The law requires that violators receive at least 24 hours notice before an arrest. The felony charge is punishable by up to 6 years in prison and the loss of voting rights. So the law intends to punish the homeless for sleeping underneath highway passes or in state-owned forests, as well as other public property. Just another sign of the collapse of our society. Where are they supposed to go at this rate? I'm not even American, but this is just depressing. The answer to that question is, those that make these rules want homeless people to kill themselves. They want them to die or magically figure it out. The moment Amazon or other companies start signing away people's livelihoods just for a place to sleep while they work 95 5 hours a week minimum, while going back to their sleep pod and getting their 30 minutes of leisure time every day. Or sorry, every week. Gotta chill on that. Whew! I almost lost my mind there. They want homeless people to die or have a magical fix to their situation. Google Brain co-founder says big tech companies are lying about the risks of AI wiping out humanity because they want to dominate the market. Of course they are. They want money. That's it. They want money. The headline is super grabby. To be clear, the CEOs are lying saying that AI will lead to the extinction of humans so that governments will regulate it, so that will cut out the free open source projects. Then they make more money. Texas banned women from using highways for abortion appointments. Wow, it's so cool to live in this country. This is unenforceable and unconstitutional. Same as tourism is legal if you go to Colorado. No one can stop you from going to do something legal in a place where it's legal. It's shitty that this doesn't stop Texas from charging, jailing, and sending people to court over this bullshit legislation until a higher court tells them to stop. The higher court's not going to do jack. This is unenforceable and unconstitutional. Only until the illegitimate Supreme Court says otherwise. There it is. Thanks. I hate that air is now a purchasable commodity. Breathe in all the fresh air you want. Launching soon. It better not. I really hope it doesn't. No, y'all yuppies and your startups need to chill the f*** out with this one. Apparently there is business to be done on a dead planet. What a third world war would mean for investors. It means we should... No, I don't want to get... I've said some stuff this video, but that's one thing we would have to cut out. This urinal has advertisements. Oh, I thought it was just like when you go to a bar and sometimes they'll have a stupid ad board up or something that you can like read, but no, it's videos that you have to watch while you piss. Just piss on the screen. Destroy it. A skyscraper prison in Chicago. Truly dystopian. Is that a prison or just like a local jail? Because I know there is a difference. I'm pretty sure prisons are for long-term, multi-year stays, whatever, and jails are for like, what, a few nights to several months or something like that? Still disgusting. Also, the design of those windows is pathetic and also completely random feeling. There's no pattern to this garbage. What is that? Also, what is it with prisoners not being allowed to see light? Like, what's going on here? I don't understand. It doesn't matter. A lot of things that we think take a lot of courage actually just take a lot of money. Quitting your job with no backup? Money. Calling off a wedding? Money. Starting over in a new city? Money. It's very easy to have the courage of your convictions when you have a safety net, and very difficult to do anything on principle when you don't. Yeah, it seems like the only people that really undersell the serious importance and value of money are the ones that don't have to worry about it. Y'all, the New York school system won't shut down because over 100,000 students are homeless and will not get a meal otherwise. The US is the dystopia they imagine everywhere else being. And there are still so many people that refuse to believe that. We steal your water and sell it back to you. Oh, is this about Nestle? It's totally about Nestle, isn't it? Oh no. Oh, it's actually just a random bottled water company. Well, I guess to be fair, they all steal our water and sell it back to us in unnecessary packaging, when we can just get it right out of a tap. Now, that's not completely true everywhere, because there are places in the world and in the United States, quite all over the place, really, that have awful tap water. But, you know, in comes the corporation saving the day. Bernie is known for reading all of a bill before he votes on it. His fellow senators frequently joke about it. Isn't that pathetic? Look, I understand that some of those bills can be hundreds of pages long. Hundreds. Like, I'm pretty sure I heard about one a couple of years ago that was like 700 pages, but they do that on purpose so it de-incentivizes or disincentivizes reading them at all. So nobody knows what the they're voting for or against. It's great. These people supposedly represent us. The cruise ship promises to let guests live permanently at sea at a price. Permanent 237 square foot studios went on the market this year for $1 million. Imagine paying $1 million for 237 square feet, man. It's a single person hotel room for $1 million. A Meta employee paid $300,000 for a cruise ship condo so he can work from home while traveling. I feel like I've said it many times on this channel. I'll say it again. I'll say it till I die. I can't wait until the cruise ship industry is illegal, crashed and burned, just erased from human existence. I don't care how fun it was when you took one. They're awful. They are awful, 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 awful. And everyone working for you on that ship is having a terrible f***ing time. Anti-union junk mail. Get that out of my face. Sometimes the best gift is cash. Scan to add up to $1,200 to your salary every year. CancelUnionDues.com. Okay. Oh, they really are still coming after union dues because that's their only argument, isn't it? Hey, what if we didn't combine dozens of unrelated political positions into 2 color-coded options? That sounds like something someone from the other color would say. Get 'em, boys! Legally speaking, a corporation is a person, so any corporate bailout should be limited to $1,200. Remember to disable the hospital spy before discussing sensitive information. Please remember not to discuss patient information unless the Amazon Echo is muted. Thank you. 8 guys in this country have more money than 4 billion people combined, but yeah, the mom buying groceries with food stamps is the problem. Man, I can't imagine what billionaire boot tastes like. I can't. And I never will. No, seriously, that's just pathetic. There are so many weird frickin' dorks out there that defend the hell out of billionaires, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I can give the benefit of the doubt where it's due from time to time. I mean, how much money has Bill Gates seemingly given away? But it seems like there's always something. There's always something that comes to light about every single one of them that's like, oh yeah, okay, well, great, cool. A single mother who lives on 1 meal a day so she can feed her children amid the cost of the living crisis. Mother hospitalized with malnutrition after eating 1 meal a day so the children don't starve. Hooray! Hearing all these members of Congress's second-plus homes being vandalized sure does make you think how bullcrap it is that members of Congress own multiple homes and are arguing against families staying in the one they rent. They don't represent us. They don't. They made people think that they do, but they never have, and they probably never will again, without certain things happening. Another successful bust. When my dad passed away, we were literally poor, and I had to help my mom pay bills. We were really struggling. I had to step up. So I was selling chips, candy, brownies, I mean, you name it. I got caught and lost $400. That was 2 months of bills. Gone. Y'all are lame. Delete this. I really hope they did. I mean, I'm almost certain that they didn't and they just took being made fun of all day long, but still. The ambulance is not your taxi to the hospital. Well then, excuse me, sir, what in the goddamn is it? No, really, what is an ambulance for, if not that? I want to hear your answer. Remember the Texas prisoner who sued for a cotton blanket because he was allergic to the prison's blankets, and officials refused to give him a cotton one instead? I got records showing the state spent $20,000 fighting his case instead of giving him a blanket. Oh, man. Oh, god damn, just let them unionize. Starting December 7th. Anytime a customer says, Alexa, thank my driver, the driver who delivered their most recent package will be notified of the appreciation. And in celebration of this new feature, each thank you received from customers, drivers will also receive an additional $5 at no cost to the customer. We'll be doing this for the first 1 million thank yous received. Oh, wow, yay. Thanks for putting a limit on it. You guys have infinite mother-frickin' money. Walmart has removed nearly all of their stock of video games, except for those rated E for everyone, but still has the audacity to keep their entire gun section. You know, I think my hometown Walmart only sells the bullets now, and if I wanted to get a gun from Walmart, I'd have to go to a different Walmart that only sells the guns and not the bullets. It seems like a really pointless gesture. Boomers losing everything in the stock market. You think this is funny? Me not even able to afford a house? This is the border between Arizona and Mexico. Oh boy, it's gonna be great, isn't it? It's gonna be so great. Yay! Are those giant cargo, what is it? Not boxes, you know what I mean. Why would I use TikTok when they steal my data to send back to China when I could be a good American and use Facebook, who steals my info and sells it to China like a true patriot? Yeah, they're acting as though TikTok is the only offender, when it's almost every single goddamn thing we use. Found in the UK. I can't eat applause. Maybe vote for someone sensible next time, eh? Yeah, sure. Yeah, they totally will. An 82-year-old woman gets arrested with a warrant for not being able to pay her $77 trash bill. Yeah, that's hooray. This is totally useful. This totally makes sense. Yeah, woo! How can you as a grown man or grown woman feel good about yourself in this instance for doing this? Can you imagine showing up to work and being told, yeah, there's a 77-year-old woman, she ain't paying her in trash bill. I need you to bring her in. Maybe rough her up a little bit. I'm sure they were told that. That one was a joke, by the way. That one the one I just said, that one was a joke, so chill out. But how can you feel satisfied, fulfilled, good as a person saying, yeah, okay. And don't get me wrong, I know there's some people that would definitely say, well, it's their job. I get it. Trust me. I really do. I do understand that bit. But are you kidding me with this? Sure, this isn't all they do, but are you kidding me with this one? Dressing as your other job. Fun! It's Spirit Week at Shaw. Today was Halloween costume day. So instead of Red for Ed, a few teachers dressed in their second job uniform. Keep pushing for a living wage. That would piss me off. Even as a student, they're not stupid. They understand this is a bad thing. It's sure weird how depression and anxiety are huge problems for young people in a society where everything costs more every year and every single human act gets monetized on a planet that's boiling alive. Must be a coincidence. Oh, it so is. Londoners trying to survive can you sleep in big yellow storage? I love that our garbage gets cheaper rent by a lot more than we do. I know the reasons why I do. I don't need you to tell them to. Expensive new build estates all over the UK with cattle pen-esque gardens? I have seen this picture. That's really cool. Really, really neat, I guess. Google Maps now has an overlay for wildfires. Yay! Thank goodness. Oh, it's new! Woo! I mean, I know that it's new. They're not trying to spin it as something positive here, but don't you actually just love it? Hey, we have to think of those shareholders. Lot less is saying the quiet part out loud. Okay? Lot less closeouts. It's not just shopping, it's an addiction. Become addicted. Yeah. It's great that companies don't have to really use flowery language anymore. They get to say exactly what they mean, and half of us are disgusted, and the other half are like, okay, will do. I love addiction. New doomsday signal just dropped. Pink snow is a red flag for the West's water. I'm not gonna read this. I don't come here to doomsday. It's really, really hard with subreddits like this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do my best to make sure this is the last time we look at this subreddit because this doesn't help anyone's mental health. I don't think this subreddit should exist. I don't think anyone should participate in it. We should be informed. We really should. That's an important thing as people that function in a society. It is important, but this is a doom subreddit. This is a subreddit that wants you to feel like there is no hope, when there is hope, and I don't like that, and I don't support that. No quit notice in McDonald's forbidding employees from quitting sparks angry debate about at-will employment. If you think for one second you have the right to tell me that I can't quit, you got another thing coming, pal. Absolutely not. That's disgusting, that's creepy, and the corporations are being more and more brazen every single day about how they see you. This is a no-quit restaurant. Well, with the wages you pay people, you may as well just have a sign that says, you are all slaves. The moment you sign your offer letter or contract or whatever the hell you want to call it, you are owned by us. Or so the company likes to think anyway. You can't walk your dog without a car. Excuse me? Dogs are only permitted in dog run. Wait, what? What does that mean? Dogs are only permitted in dog run. Dogs must be driven by car to dog run, not walked through the park. How about you suck my balls? I'm gonna do it anyway. Not even airport security is safe from advertising. Nope. I've been seeing advertisements in those stupid petri dishes for years though, so this isn't new to me. Texas charges prisoners 50% more for water as heat wave continues. Charges prisoners 50% more for water. Can you run that one by me again? Wait, they charge prisoners for water? Well, yeah, of course. Regardless of whether or not what you were convicted for is violent, they need to make sure that when you get out, you're basically gonna have to die. They want you to be in some sort of crippling debt so that, well, you're screwed. You're indentured forever. Remember what the 13th Amendment says, guys. Read it with me. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted. See, that's where we are, right? They have to make sure that, well, it continues when they're released from prison. Because it's not about rehabilitation. Not anymore. The warning label on the back. Backpack water shooter. Okay, the warning label? Where's the warning label? Ah, here we go. Choking hazard. Okay, do not aim at eyes or face. Use only clean tap water. Okay. I don't know why that feels kind of normal to me. To avoid injury, use only clean tap water. I mean, I guess if you live in certain areas, you have to buy bottled water. Ridiculous. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I did not see the second picture. Here we are. Warning! This product may be mistaken for a real firearm by law enforcement officers or others, altering the coloration or markings required by state or federal law or regulations so as to make this product look more like a real firearm is dangerous and may be a crime. Brandishing or displaying this product in public may cause confusion and may be a crime. Yay. Isn't it great? Isn't it absolutely awesome? A gun? There's no way you could mistake this for a real gun. No, there isn't. There's no goddamn way. Sorry. Wawa opens a fully digital store in Philadelphia. All orders must be placed via app or kiosks in the store. Huh, that's really cool. Yay, fun. So the storefront's just an oversized vending machine. It's a walk-in vending machine. The customers are the Claw. Empty private park in Manhattan. What? What the hell's a private park? See, under 24-hour video surveillance. So we've got this nice, lovely natural area that's under lock and key. Right. Okay, was this park made, or rather built, using taxpayer money? Because if that's the case, get that gate out of here. Also, you said it's in New York. This isn't a park in Central Park, right? Is that a segment of it, so to speak? Artificial intelligence police van detects drivers using mobile phones. Okay, great. To be as fair as possible, if you do utilize your phone while you're driving in any situation, like texting especially, or I need to check my Twitter, or I need to read this email, you put your damn phone down. If it can't wait, you should have thought of that. You should have thought of that before you got behind the wheel of something that can kill people, including yourself. Looking at mattresses on Amazon, and this was the top review for Amazon's Choice. Head on over to Amazon.com to see the latest innovations in #van life for the growing fully employed homeless population. Fantastic. An amazing deal. So, I live in a van, and I work 2 jobs. I say that to emphasize when I say I was looking for a decent foam mattress at a cheap price. After shipping, which for me was $40, cost around $100 in total. I've only had it for 2 or 3 days, and I haven't slept this good in months. I got the 8-inch thick twin, and it only took a couple of hours to fully inflate, like 3 tops. My only complaint is it was a little wider than expected, but that's only a bit of a problem because for the van life part, I don't know. If you're looking for a cheap, really good mattress, I recommend this one. Yay! Don't worry, this person absolutely knows that they are in a situation that no human being deserves to be in, at all. If you work 2 jobs and you can't afford a home, that's not your fault. That is absolutely not your fault. It's because the vast majority of us have been taught that it's okay, for some strange goddamn reason. It's all about the boomers telling us to lift ourselves up by our bootstraps, knowing damn well they got everything handed to them about as much as a generation possibly could. Also, kinda weird that the Imperial Corps does literally nothing to stop the local drug crisis. Why did opium production in Afghanistan fall by 99% after the US military left? Poppy growing in Helmand province in Afghanistan has fallen 99%. Document shows EPA approved Chevron fuel ingredient, even though it could cause cancer in virtually every person exposed over a lifetime. Hey, when did they do this? Was it after certain people were elected to run the EPA? Or sorry, not elected, appointed to run the EPA? Or was it back in the early days? I am curious about that. Producers allegedly sought rights to replicate extras using AI forever for just $200. Yes, of course they did. Of course they did. You had to know. You had to know the second that voice synthesis got to the level that it's at now, you knew people were going to do anything they could to exploit it so that they could save money. So as someone who's been a professional voice actor for over 10 years now, I've been on TV, I've been on the radio, I've been in video games. Only thing I haven't been in is a movie or like a big TV show, right? I've been all over the internet on this side of that industry, for sure. And you guys have heard me rant about it before. I've actually had to ask a few of you to delete voice, well, what would you call them? I'll call them voice pieces of shit. I've had to ask a few of you to delete ones that you've made, and so far you guys have been really accommodating to that, but as I've said before, I will say it again now, please do not do that. My voice is mine. No one has an inherent right to it but me, okay? I just have to lay that out every single time. My voice is mine. It doesn't belong to anybody if you would like to utilize it. I do sell my voice in limited runs, you know? It's kind of funny when you think about it like that. Yeah, I can rent you my voice. Instead of raises, we get work bucks to use on a store for ramen and granola bars. Hey, the company store made a comeback. Amazing! Congratulations, you did the thing. Okay, it's super cool that they're trying to make it cute and funny. I wouldn't work there anymore. I don't care what the hell kind of money you're earning. I'd rather work at Walmart lifting boxes than ever work at a company that is this disrespectful. That's what this is. Disrespectful. They're basically saying, yeah, this is a prison. Do you want granola or ramen from the commissary? Billionaire raises 5 homes to build his latest. Yeah, I definitely have a hell of an opinion on billionaires. I'm not going to state it right now, but I think you guys know exactly what the hell that is. In Las Vegas, artificial monuments to greed eclipse the natural world's beauty. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, it's the ball! The $2.5 billion sphere. Yay! Hooray! That's exactly what people wanted. It sucks because it's really nifty. It's absolutely nifty, but look at this. Is this a neighborhood where someone lives? That's super cool. How much power does that thing drain from the grid to be on as often as it apparently is? And would that $2.5 billion be better spent literally anywhere else at all? The whole of Las Vegas is a monument to greed and eclipses the natural beauty around it. The sphere fits right in and doesn't make it any worse than it already is. OP trying real hard to be deep, but that's just another day in Vegas. It's true, Vegas is definitely a monument to man's arrogance and greed, for sure. Nothing really deep about it, but that price tag? Holy goddamn dude. The AI boom is screwing over Gen Z. ChatGPT is commandeering the mundane tasks that young employees have relied on to advance their careers. Of course it is. That's why I don't support it. At all. Isn't that great? They want 50 years experience fresh out of college, but you can't get any experience at all anymore. The AI revolution is slowly dismantling the goddamn world, and I'm not here for it. Sure, it might be a useful tool in the future, but that's not what people are using it for right now. At least the vast majority of people that won't shut the fuck up about AI. You know, the ones on Twitter with blue check marks. There are real people out there that do utilize AI to what I would consider normal extents, for sure. But you know, like I said, the blue check mark on Twitter is absolutely not doing any of that. He's doing what we were talking about earlier, where he's stealing people's likenesses. Sarah Huckabee Sanders wears big smile next to frowning children as labor laws are rolled back for kids. Woo! Well, of course she'd be smiling. Of course she'd be. She's not a kid. How much money a year does she make, by the way, versus how much those kids would be making if we put them back in the coal mines? No, I'm signing off for the end of the day at 4, mother... Get iPhone game reward by signing up for Section 8 housing. Section 8 assistance. Apply for Section 8. Okay. An asteroid is a capitalist that could destroy all life or the world's economy. Money is a sham. An asteroid loaded with $10 quintillion worth of metals edges closer to the U.S.'s reach. NASA says it's under 100 days away from launching a spacecraft to study a valuable asteroid. $10 quintillion worth of gold, iron, and nickel. A SpaceX rocket is set to launch the spacecraft to the main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Ooh, cool. Think endless sunshine, warm nights. Oh, great. July is the world's hottest month, with spikes not seen in 125,000 years. Yay. Company takes screenshots every 10 minutes and counts keyboard and mouse clicks. What? Okay, cool. Micromanaging at its literal finest. I'd be quitting, that's for sure. Singapore to deploy 50 drone remote ID sensors covering entire city-state. Okay. South Korean cities try to increase their birth rates with matchmaking events, but ignore the staggering costs of childcare, unaffordable homes, slim job prospects, and crushing work hours. Yeah, you want people to start having kids more often? You need to make being a human being possible, because it's really almost not possible right now, at all. But man, it's just fucking not, and you people are making it worse. Meaning the ones that run everything. They make it worse on the daily, every single day. The middle-income Americans are thriving, or so they say. Middle-income Americans say they're on track to thrive financially. A new survey found that 79% of responders think they'll achieve prosperity within the next 10 years, so that doesn't mean f***ing anything, by the way. The skylight in our canteen. We have no windows at all where I work, so this is their solution. Okay, cool. Us workers are animal. We live in cage. Moon mining gains momentum as private companies plan for a lunar economy. Cool. I mean, that's yay. I can't wait to look up someday and see a f***ing Amazon logo on the moon or some shit. Hooray. No natural beauty is allowed. Nope, it's not. We gotta get rid of it all. I say we get rid of it all. And yes, the moon is a natural beauty. You can say, oh, but it's just boring. Let's just mine it anyway. F*** off. Straight up. That's such a dumb take. I say we let the rich go to space and just don't let them come back. Cigna spent, on average, just 1.2 seconds reviewing each of these at 300,000 claims it denied over the course of 2 months. Yep, I've known people with Cigna. They're one of the worst companies in the world. Lovely. Other insurance companies spend only a second considering your claim. Here at Cigna, we strive to give your claim up to 20% more consideration. Soldiers struggling to eat as massive U.S. military base goes months without sufficient food access. Excuse me? A U.S. military base doesn't have sufficient food access. I imagine that's not a money problem. Because what, $850 billion? If it's a money problem, what the literal goddamn f***? And I'm so sorry to the editor of this video. I apologize for all the curses and whatnot. But I get given the subs that are angry, and they're gonna come out naturally. But yeah, soldiers struggling to eat. Again, that can't be a money issue. There's no goddamn way that is an issue with money, right? Right? Elephants have evolved to be tuskless because of ivory poaching, a study finds. Very cool. Neat. Almost 10,000 people willing to legally change their name to Subway for free sandwiches. Yeah, I looked into that. Not because I wanted to change my name, but because when a company says sandwiches for life or this for life or a lifetime supply, it's very particular. Now, in this particular case, with Subway's lifetime supply of sandwiches, or free subs, what that means is a one-time gift card payment of $50,000. Now, they also said the company will provide the winner $750 to help cover the legal fees associated with the name change. Cool. They'll pay for the name change if you're chosen, for the most part. Some places it's more expensive than others, I would imagine. But you get 50 G's in Subway gift cards. Okay, fine, I guess. But yeah, it's just one of those legally safe things, right? Sure, I'm not going to spend $50,000 at Subway in my lifetime at all. Even if I ate there regularly, I doubt I'd hit that number. But always make sure to really look into what lifetime supply means. Because even if it does last for a long, long time, places have done giveaways for lifetime supplies of gas, you know? And it's a card that you get to use twice a month. Cool, thanks, very epic. Corporations buy 1,900 homes built in the Sun Belt. Okay, cool. That's still legal, I guess. Hooray. Tagging a tree in a quiet city park with graffiti. Thanks a lot, f***ers. Google takes a page out of Twitter's book, invites employees to sleep on campus for a fee. Okay, if you're gonna do that bullshit where you're gonna let me sleep at the office it's a benefit for me. Oh no, it's my benefit, absolutely. No, you will not be taking money from my goddamn paycheck, and I will not be paying you from any other medium at all. No, screw you, Google. Watch rent eventually take 75% and the cafeteria fees rise to 25% of their check, which never even needs to be deposited into an external bank. Exactly. Watch you just be a slave. An Arizona woman died after her power was cut over a $51 debt. That forced utilities to change after they were exposed as complicit in her death. Cool. So now they can kill people. Why did you kill Stephanie Pullman? How did they did they actually change? Did they do anything of substance? Or was it like when Universal chopped a bunch of the trees up during the strikes in Hollywood and got like a $12 fine? Was it like that? I remember when I lived someplace really cold, it was illegal to cut off any utility customer during the winter. Like, if you're the tech that shuts off power, you'll be arrested or can be arrested. They could owe thousands. Keep that juice going until it thaws. Weird they don't have the equivalent in hot areas. Yeah, man. Imagine how much less strain there would be on the grid as a whole if every house in the country, or here in the US, had at least a bit of solar power ability on top of that. Even if it's just a panel each spread out over all of it, and yes, I'm not talking about, things with battery storage and everything, just something that goes back into the grid. I can imagine that would take a fairly decent chunk of the stress off in the summer especially. Outspoken climate activist Steven Spielberg has taken delivery of his $250 million super yacht, even longer than a football field. The diesel-powered 4,400-ton vessel has 2 swimming pools and, in all possibility, a plush movie theater and a helipad. Okay, I'm going to Google this right now. Yeah. And it's super great that this is his second yacht. That's really cool, Steven. That's really, really epic. Thanks, pal. I do despise rich people in many, many different ways, but I really hate the ones that talk about issues that need to be talked about and then go get back on their private jet or their giant boat. Thank you. You have no memory of what it's like to be a normal person with real problems. Capitalism literally flying holiday makers into a burning island, or onto a burning island, that's being evacuated. Very funny that it's specifically British companies as well. Just cosmic levels of willful ignorance. What the actual man? People hiding from sun on opening of City Square, where replaced hundreds of trees with grass and concrete. Oh, okay, I see what you're trying to say. Sweet. Yeah, we don't need trees. Trees aren't helpful for anything at all. They don't help pull carbon from the atmosphere or provide us with shade against the ball in the sky that gives us cancer. No, they're stupid. Get rid of them, dude. They're also not a source of renewable material. No, not at all. London is hell. Disused stairwell in London could be yours for just £20,000. What? Estate agents selling Twickenham, or you know what? I'm going to pronounce it like an American just to piss you off. Twickenham property believe it could have development potential. They're going to sell a stairwell.